we are now more hopeful towards 2022 on the back of, I think, better news with respect to Omicron and the fact that at least in the UK, cases are going down. The NHS, while being strained, is dealing and coping miraculously with the situation. And of course, changes to the restrictions on travel, which have been removed here in the UK and in other places on January the 5th, give us indication that this year should be a better year than 2021 and 2020.
In terms of the amount of pent-up demand there is, we've had 2 years of people not flying and not flying long haul in particular. In terms of the kind of demand that you're expecting to see, what are the early indications?
Well, first of all, we're on the back of December. And December was the best month we've had since February of 2020, which tells you that things are starting to improve. And pent-up demand is there. People have not really treated themselves to in large parts of the population to a great vacation or even to business trips for 2 years. Now, it's undetermined yet how it all manifests itself in 2022, but I'm looking at the numbers after the announcements here in the United Kingdom. Numbers are, in terms of selling tickets, are back to where they were in November before the restrictions arose, and we're looking into a pretty good summer. Overall, our expectations for 2022 would be that revenues would come in, give or take 85 to 90% of 2019 levels. First half depressed, second half very good. But of course, all that assuming all things remain as they are, stable and improving, of course, in the situation with Omicron.
I was about to say, what is your degree of certainty around all of this? What kind of volatility do you think you may see in some of these figures?
Look, if I've learned anything throughout the last 2 years is only to focus on the things that we do control. The one thing that we do not control is COVID-19, and every time we think that it is contained, something else comes up. But I think the indications are this should be a much more stable year. And I think it's also clear that governments around the world, people have learned that international travel can operate safely. We have a program of Fly Safe, Fly Well, and the need to curb travel as a means, and the only means almost sometimes, other than domestic measures, to curb the impact of COVID-19, I think is now receding. So it should be a more normal year. I'm not saying the new normal. I don't believe in that. Just a more normal year with travel back at scale, but it will take time to get back to where we were in 2019.
What will travel feel like this year? When I get on an airplane, when I go through an airport, when I visit a destination, what will it feel like, do you think?
Well, first, right now, there's a lot of paperwork, and I think that should also be reduced dramatically as people get to terms with the new situation. But there's a lot of paperwork. People want to know the status of your vaccine, where you're going to be, what have you tested. So that's one thing. People, of course, are wearing masks, as they should, throughout the airports and on our planes. And when you're on a plane, the planes are absolutely cleaner, but the service is the same. We have people. We say that our people learn to smile through their eyes rather than just through their faces. I think you feel growingly that it's something that you're used to, but there's a level of apprehension of passengers who have not traveled for a long period of time coming back. But I can tell you that it is safe. Throughout the pandemic, we've really taken exceptional measures to ensure that the planes are clean, that we provide masks and things to make the travel more convenient and more secure. But overall, it's the same old flight, just a different sensation for the people coming on our planes.